Hey, what is up, everybody? Today I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the gaming industry and the current state of gaming and 2014's lineup of games. And before I get started, what are your thoughts on the current state of gaming? I'd like to know, and I will tell you my thoughts. So 2014 has been a tough year. It's been bad. We've had disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. And you could even find the video from Boogie2988 thinking that a second big gaming crash is going to happen. I kind of feel like he's on to something because 2014 has been a bad year. You had Watch Dogs, Destiny, Titanfall, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Sniper Elite 3, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, Battlefield 4, Infamous Second Son, Assassin's Creed 4, Sims 4, Thief ESO, and Ryse, Son of Rome, and probably others that I missed. Now, all those video games that I just announced right there, probably the best of the bunch is probably Infamous, but that was still a major letdown from its former glory of what it used to be. And that sadly seems to be what's going on in the year 2014. It just really seems like a lot of game developers aren't giving too much of a shit about the customers. I mean, Metal Gear Solid, holy crap. I can't tell you how many Metal Gear Solid fanboys were telling me to buy that game, and it just wasn't happening. That was... oh boy, that was terrible. That was something that should never happen to the gaming industry ever again. And I wrote all of these titles that were disappointing from the year 2014 on a sheet of paper, and I'm just looking at it, and it kind of makes me depressed. But out of that list, 2 of those weren't terrible games or painfully average. They were above average, but they were disappointing in the least. And those 2 are Infamous Second Son and Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. But the 2 head scratchers was Destiny and Elder Scrolls Online. And the main focus I'm going to talk about is Elder Scrolls Online and how they kind of shit the bed. They charged that game $60 out the door for the full price of the game, and then they make you pay the $15 a month subscription plan. And various other things about that game turned people off. The gameplay was kind of average, the loot system was below average, and gameplay with your friends was also below average. And if you guys did decisions that your friend didn't do, well then guess what? Your friend disappears. And I just feel that really the main thing that killed that game was that subscription plan. They really could have done themselves a good one just by eliminating it. And the developers would say, well, we don't want to lock content behind a paywall. Well, guess what? You're paying $60 for a game, you really shouldn't be locking content behind a paywall. Like Grand Theft Auto 5. That game made $1 billion in the first 2 days. I mean, you really think you can't make your money off of the game? That just scratches my head and kind of pisses me off. I mean, some of the things that they really could have done was gotten rid of that paywall again, like I said. They really could have made that game an offline mode. That would have benefited it a lot, because some of the allure of the Elder Scrolls title is playing by yourself and doing the quests and so on. But a highly requested feature that everyone wanted was co-op. If you made a freaking offline mode, you could play with your friends offline and do whatever the hell you want. I mean, they could do the old system of, let's say, Saints Row 2, and it doesn't affect your game, but you're just tagging along with your friends. They could have done something like that so that you guys can share the experience. And then you guys can just tag team it on, go back to the online mode and do PvP mode. But I just feel that this is where the game industry is heading now. We're getting these half-ass titles with shit tons of marketing. I mean, Destiny had a $500 million budget, but how much of that actually went into the game and how much of it actually went into marketing? I don't know, and I feel like they probably won't even tell you. It's a little disappointing, and even right now, a story came out of the game I'm playing, Shadow of Mordor, that the developers had some sort of deal with reviewers that you'd have some sort of contract thing, but you couldn't give it a bad review or say anything negative about it. And there's been so much talk of this in the gaming industry, saying, oh, that never happens. Well, a story literally just came out about that, saying that it's true, and it just pisses me the fuck off. And people aren't as enraged about this as they should be, because the game is actually pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, it definitely has its faults, but people should be a lot more pissed off than they are, and I really hope that this does not continue.